sweet for me until I stumbled off the river and fell in. The snake's back on his feet, walking down the street. He's coming for you, but baby, I'm coming too. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love.
Hello, everybody. It is October 13th, 2024. I am Drew.
I'm Tara.
This is America's #1 sibling, butthole buffoonery, sports and entertainment, 69 celebrating. It's the wettest podcast west of the Mississippi River. It is the caviest. We have more calves than any podcast on the planet. We are Melon Fights.
Melon Fights.
Melon Fights. Tara,
Melon Fights.
that's getting long. But those
It
are all
is.
truths. Those are all truths. There's a lot of things I want to start with, but I want to start with something first, just because it's been sitting here and it took a minute for us to get going, but I want to taste it while it's still cold.
Ooh, what is it?
It's an Oreo Coke
Oh.
Zero. I've been wanting to try it. I
Yes.
finally ran into it. I want to try it and taste it live, just because we're a beverage family.
You're
What?
gonna lose your mind because I actually have a beverage taste test as well. He's sipping. He's smacking.
That ain't it.
No.
No.
Does it
Tastes like I
Oreo?
dunked an Oreo in Coke.
Mm-mm.
That doesn't sound good, does it?
No.
That
I
sounds
would never
bad.
do that.
Sounds
real
really bad.
Sounds like something a kid would do, thinking they're cute.
I got to get something else. This is disgusting. Vamp. Earliest vamp ever. Vamp.
Okay.
Ugh.
Right now, I'm actually vamping as a vampire. I went and I got teeth to show Drew that you don't have to have a lisp with these big old teeth, but I made a mistake. I got the largest ones possible, so I can't even close my mouth. So I am lisping, but if I had the small ones that he had, I would not be lisping at all. The reason I am is because these are not allowing me to open and close my mouth correctly. So that's what's going on in this neck of the woods. And I kind of look like a walrus.
Think she was vamping good guys? I don't know.
I said I was vamping as a vampire.
Oh, shit. You are. Yeah, Tara,
Yeah.
we're not going to make her wear them the whole time, but she got some vampire teeth for the week. Just to prove she could talk with them. So far, she sounds, I think, kind of stupid, but that's just me. What do you think, Tara? You think it's easy talking with vampire teeth?
I think if I had smaller ones, I would be just fine. But these are like walrus teeth.
You sound stupider than I sounded.
No way.
Tara, you're like, 5 4 4 3 4 5 4 4.
That's what you sounded
Trust
like.
me, Tara, you sound, I listened to the whole pod already. You sound worse. You sound like shit.
Okay. Well, here's the problem. Mine are like 3 inches long.
Mine were proper length.
I didn't know where to
How
get
do
them.
they
I got them
attach?
at Walgreens.
With some glue?
There's like these little balls
glue.
that I had to
It's just glue.
yeah,
It's hot glue.
some glue.
It's hot glue in ball form. It's actually
Yeah.
really silly. You could just use hot glue, but it'd be probably too hot.
Oh yeah, way too hot. But
That's cool.
I don't.
I'm gonna make them a
tried.
little bit longer here, and then you
That's
can take them
fine.
off.
We can do it through my taste test.
Yeah. Oh, she got a taste
Okay.
test too. Real quick, what I ended up getting was a Mountain Dew Zero Sugar Spark. It's a new flavor I like. Do I love it? I don't know. It's a blast of raspberry lemonade with Mountain Dew flavor. Kind of good. Have you tried it yet?
No.
My toothpick got in the way. Why do I have a toothpick? Because I'm a tough guy. A tough guy that gets in fights and has black eyes. For those of you can see me right now. Did you
All
get
right.
that's why I had a black eye?
Yeah, I got that, Drew.
Cool. I don't know how stupid or smart you are. Tell me about your drink.
Oh my god!
I don't know how
We all
super
know I'm
smart you are.
smart.
Tell me about your drink.
So I got a bottle of wine from my bestie. Can I take these out?
No, you have to taste the bottle. You're a vampire. You're gonna drink wine with vampire teeth. What are you talking
But it's
about? It's
actually
gonna be like you're
blood.
drinking blood.
It's blood. Okay. So my bestie gave me a bottle of wine for my birthday, and she thought she got it because she liked the way the bottle looked.
Okay.
And this is the bottle. And
What
I don't
is
know
it?
if you can tell who that is.
I see
Perfect
sunglasses
for
and a
this
beard.
show.
Huh?
Yeah. The beard.
James Harden?
Yes.
Is that a James Harden wine?
It is a James Harden wine.
I just thought it was a
Cab
hipster, but then
Sav.
I saw that it said Jay Harden. Tell
I
me
didn't
about
even.
it.
I saw it and I was like, "Oh, that's cute. I like it. It looks cool." And then when I pulled it out of the bag today, I was like, "Why is James Harden on the back of my wine bottle?" Oh, because it's his.
That's so funny. So
It's a
we're taste
Cabernet
testing
Sauvignon.
the James Harden wine bottle. Is there a story on the back
Exactly.
about James Harden and his love of wine?
There's a little blip.
Let's
It
hear it.
says, "J Harden X J Shred Wines manifests my passion for art, fashion, and people. A range of smooth, jammy, and full-bodied wines that connect my worlds. This smooth Cabernet Sauvignon Blanc displays dark fruits and soft mocha, a mellow combination." And then he signed it. Look at,
Oh wow.
I got his autograph.
You think he signed it for
too.
real?
No, I don't.
I don't know. Pretty cool if he did.
But it's a cool bottle. I will say that.
And how
We'll
does it
try not
taste?
to. Well, we'll see.
Oh, you
I'll
haven't
try
tasted it
not
yet.
to
It's
spill on
poured,
myself.
pre-poured. You're letting that
It's
bitch
pre-poured.
breathe.
Yep, you gotta open it up, get those jamminess and the mocha. Oh shit, my tooth just fell out. Okay.
Mine stayed in the whole time.
I like it.
Oh, you like it?
Normally,
Hell of a
normally
review. I like it. Put that
Well, I
on the
was
bottom of
gonna-
the back of the bottle. Tara, Vampire Tara. I like it.
No, I was gonna say more. I just had to first say I like it. I feel that normally with a wine, sometimes that first drink it's kind of a little rough, but this is smooth. It's got. Let's see if I can taste the mocha. I definitely taste the dark fruits. It's like plums, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool. Swish it, swirl it. Tell me about it a little more. We're just kind of sitting here. Yeah. Mocha?
Yeah.
Mocha or not?
No mocha.
No mocha.
I can't taste any mocha, but I don't really have that like a very.
You don't have a very
What's the
good palate.
I don't.
It's not very
My palate
defined.
is not defined.
Refined.
It's refined. It pretty much can just taste wine.
Yeah, okay.
I either like it
Insightful,
or
I
I
like
don't
it.
like it, but there's really nothing else I can taste when it comes to wine.
Okay.
A lot of times I think I taste bananas, and I don't think they put bananas in wine. So
Why not, though? That sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
They
just
put it
because,
in
like,
beer, and I love it.
fermented fruit starts to kind of almost have that banana-y vibe to it. Like a rotten.
I think, you know what? I think vampires would drink this. It's very good. I like
So
it
you're
a
into
lot.
James Harden's wine. I like that.
Yeah. I hate him as a basketball player. I love him as a winemaker.
Wine boy. Love it.
Mhm.
Well,
All right. We found something I like about James Harden. Who knew?
who knew?
Who knew?
Yeah. So it is big. You can take your stupid teeth out if you want now, if it's bothering you. I got a toothpick clacking around in my mouth, so I'll have to listen to something annoying. Because bad
It
boys
was just like
don't.
hurting my. It was hurting my teeth, like gums. I think I'm bleeding.
That's ridiculous because mine didn't even touch my gums. I had no problems.
Well, how much did yours cost? Mine cost
$6
$2
for 3 pairs.
Well, I must just have.
I just am
gums.
smarter at what I pick. And I don't know where I ordered mine on Amazon.
I got mine at Walgreens.
There's the problem. Walgreens has the worst quality shit, and it's so overpriced. I refuse to buy stuff. At
$2.
Walgreens. Walgreens is not cheap, by the way.
No, they jack up the price on everything. You
Everything.
can go to like Target or Walmart.
I went past
cheaper,
and
by
they
at least a
they were
couple
selling
bucks.
the little things about this big of like, I don't know, maybe it was like 5 chunks of watermelon in it, $5. Stop it. Stop it.
And you know what? People will pay it because we're lazy
No,
fuckheads and we
it's
won't.
that
No?
fresh shit at Walmart. Nobody buys that shit.
Oh,
I've never seen anyone buy that shit at Walmart.
I used
They
to.
had like $8 chicken salad sandwiches that look like someone shit on them.
At Walgreens?
Walgreens.
Mm.
Because they got, you know how they're like the food desert
You
thing,
know-
so they started putting stuff at Walgreens.
Yeah.
It's not a food. That's not a food desert there though, because there's shit everywhere. It's the Walgreens right by me. There's an Aldi right
So-
there, and there's that grocery store I go, the little bodega grocery store I go to, that are stacked.
I don't
and great.
know if I accidentally, I don't think I did. I know I didn't. I got a bonus thing from Walgreens today. I think they forgot to give someone something from their bag and they like
Just threw it in your bag.
put my stuff in it.
What was it?
And so I. Oh, God.
You're fucking everything up, Tara.
I'll fix it. How's that?
Probably fine. It's looking down your hall a little too much. There you go. Oh my God,
was
get it
like,
out
what is-
already. Just tell us what it is.
Shut up. It's candy pumpkins.
Okay.
I fucking hate these.
Like candy corn, but they're candy pumpkins.
Yeah, but I might eat them just because, they.
Because you're a little,
Maybe
little
I
fat
like 'em.
piggy. Is that why? I don't like these, but I'll probably eat them because I'm a little fat piggy.
Because I might like them.
No, they just taste like. Is it Nice Brand?
Yeah.
No, they suck. They're nice. Candy corn sucks. Why would the pumpkin's the wrong? You know that the pumpkin is the wrong ratio.
Well, you know what time it is.
You know it's the wrong ratio.
It's taste test time.
People don't realize that candy. Oh, it's the same candy. It's just ratio matters though. The ratio's wrong on the pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Great, put it in your mouth and get it. Spike your sugar right as we're going here.
Mm-mm. Oh,
Throw it out. Throw it out right now. Throw it out. So you don't need another one.
bad.
Is that your garbage?
Yeah.
Nice.
That was terrible.
Nice.
Oh, don't like it.
So
We're starting out hot.
fight
That's
week.
all I know.
It's fight week.
Mm-hmm.
Our top 7 fights. Tara, can I tell you something? I just went with my first 7 fights I thought of because there's so many fucking. There was almost too much to choose from. Can we agree on that?
Were we doing strictly just fights, or could we be a little
Do whatever,
creative
Tara,
with it?
I don't know how many times to tell you, do whatever the fuck you want as long as it's not boring. That's it.
Okay.
I actually didn't go too far out because there's too many actual really fights to go with.
I know.
Fights from movies, fights from real life, all sorts of
Oh
fights.
my God! I just realized our name's Melon Fights, and this
Yeah,
is the first
I
time
almost
we're doing
picked
fights.
Melon Fights as my favorite fight.
Ooh.
How do you not know we're called Melon Fights? We should be. Every week we should bring in we should actually. That's probably what our show should become, is where we talk about something people are fighting about, and we break it down,
Oh, I'm cool with that.
and then that's all we do. Nothing else. You know what? Speaking of fight week, you know who didn't put up a very good fight today? The Dallas Cowboys.
Oh,
The Dallas
God.
Cowboys, Tara, did not put up a very good fight today. Let's just jump right into the NFL.
They
Right into
got
the NFL, Tara.
destroyed.
Huh?
They got destroyed.
They did get destroyed. Tara, that was who they are.
Yeah,
And Jerry already, I don't know if you saw this,
I didn't.
Cowboys Jones not considering coach change. Let's get the quote. After Jerry Jones backed his head coach Mike McCarthy. Oh, I haven't even considered that, Jones said, of potential change. I'm not considering that. Just so you're clear, I'm not considering that. Why the fuck not? Why would you not be considering that? The guy is a joke, and the team is a joke. And that's
team
what the
is a
team does.
joke.
When they play a team that has any sort of skill whatsoever, they get crushed. They get
Mhm.
pounded. They get destroyed. The Cowboys are a fucking joke. The amount of money they spend and the fact it's insane.
It is insane.
The Lions are a good
It
team,
makes
but
me
they shouldn't
pissed.
be beating them by that much if the Cowboys want to pretend they can do something.
The fact that they can't score touchdowns is insane to me. When they went down the first drive and they kicked a field goal, I was like, here we go again.
Yep.
And then they go down, and I was having lunch with a friend, and I said, do you think that they're going to get a field goal or a touchdown? And he said, I think they're going to get a touchdown. And I said, I think Dak's going to throw a pick in the end zone. And guess what happened? Dak threw a pick in the
Dak
end
is dog
zone.
shit. Tara,
I'm-
we've talked about it a million times. I think it's time just to be done with the Cowboys.
I know.
They're not. There's nothing to look
It's
forward
so-
to. They're not going
there's
to be
nothing-
good. They're not going to win the Super Bowl this
No.
year. They're not going to win the Super Bowl next year.
And Drew, they're not fun to cheer for, even when they are winning. I'm like, I don't like any of these people.
Mm-hmm. They're not
I'm like,
likable.
this isn't fun.
We don't like Dak. We don't like Tara. We don't like anyone on the team.
No, it's like, CD's their star, and I could give two shits.
Two shits. I used to like Zeke
like-
back in the day, but I
Yeah.
liked other guys. Like I liked what's his name better than Zeke? DeMarco Murray.
Loved DeMarco
Loved
Murray.
DeMarco Murray. I liked Felix Jones better.
I mean,
because Zeke's a
it's
little bit of a
like
bitch.
their kicker. He's like the only person I like.
I mean, I like Micah
Aubrey.
Parsons, but he can't stay on the field.
No, because he gets injured.
That's what I mean by he can't stay on the field.
Yeah, I know. I was just for our non-football fans.
I think they
letting
get
them
it.
know what that means. Well, you never know.
Our football fans
Maybe
are
he
very
has
knowledgeable because
maybe he has
we learn them every
off-the-field
week.
issues.
They're very knowledgeable football fans because of us. We smarten
Yeah,
them up.
because we are good.
Okay.
How about
that's enough Cowboy talk, right? Can we move on from the Cowboys? Dog shit?
Just wait a second.
We just agree they're dog shit?
Yeah. Terrible. But how about that terrible injury that Aiden Hutchinson got by like running into his own player?
I didn't see it.
Oh my God, Drew.
What happened?
He went and got like a sack on Dak, and he had so much force. His leg hit his teammate's leg, and it like compound fractured. Where
I didn't see that. That sucks. I didn't see that. I missed some of the game in the middle of it.
Yeah,
early on?
There was a long break because they, no, it was second half. There was a long break because he had to go. And like they were all surrounding around him because his leg was all fucked up, and they had to put like an air cast on it and
that sucks.
Take him off the field. But
that sucks for a team that's looking really good and like to see one of their stars go down like that, because that's going to matter come playoff time.
Yeah,
because he's done that. He's done for the year
beast
with that.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, he
might be done.
It was catastrophic. It was kind of like, I mean, you saw it.
I'm glad I didn't see it then.
Yeah.
To be quite honest.
Good.
I had the games on all day. I don't think I felt like I wasn't paying that much attention to it. Honestly.
I didn't watch.
I watched a lot of the Bears game early. The Bears looked good.
Me too.
Look out. David Williams, real quarterback, real team. Is he though? Because the Jaguars are terrible. We've been saying that for three straight years on this show.
What I think of, I said the Jags are terrible. But it was a good game for Caleb because it gave him that confidence that he needed to show that he can do it, because he can do it. He's good.
And he looked good last week too.
Yeah, but I think this just keeps building, keep building that confidence.
What did he throw? I think 3 TDs last week.
And did
I think he has like 7 or 8 TDs in the last 2 weeks.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. He looks good.
And he's got a lot of weapons.
I told you I wanted to become
so
Bears fans. Let's just finally do it. Let's just be Bears fans finally. What are we waiting for?
The only reason I would want to do it is because then I could be against the Packers, and that would be a lot of fun.
I guess you're a Lions fan. I'm a Bears fan. I live in Chicago. I've lived in Chicago for almost all of my adult life at this point.
Yes.
I've been an adult for...
You should go ahead and get a Bears hat.
There's one. They're just expensive. I can't find a good cheap one. There's one I like. It's orange in corduroy. Looks cool. I think I showed you it once. But it's cool. I like it. But yeah, so I watched that, and then Red Zone was on, but man, nothing was really piquing my interest too much. My fantasy games are both. My teams looked really good early, and now they're like questionable. I probably gonna lose both games, and I'm gonna be eating fucking waffles.
I did not watch much football today because I had shit that I had to do away from a TV. But then when I was kind of looking at the games, like going over them and kind of looking at some box scores and stuff, I didn't like a lot of the matchups. I was like, I didn't care about any of the matchups except for the Cowboys-Lions, which ended up being absolutely terrible.
Well, Tampa Bay, New Orleans was a matchup I was excited about, honestly. And I don't know why I didn't. Tara, why did I not go with my real vibes? That's exactly what I
was thinking.
I
was like, why didn't I pick the Bucks?
Why aren't we both just sticking with what we really see first? And all of a sudden we're trying to make ourselves feel cool. Like we both thought that Tampa Bay game was like, that's what we should be going with.
And then what did we do? We picked stupid ones.
Shit. I mean, mine was worse than yours.
I know. Yours was really
Your
bad.
team was in it. Mine game was over fast.
They lost by 7, so.
I know, but it felt like it could go either way.
I know.
It felt like.
It just sucked.
That they could end up actually win that game at points.
Yeah.
But
it just sucks that
Arizona
Oh,
I mean, Packers didn't even look that good. That's not true.
that's a,
They look
no,
good.
they look good. I wrote that Packers are annoyingly good again.
But Arizona was
And
worse than they were. Harrison went out with a concussion. I don't know, man.
I feel
I don't
like
know why we pick
Arizona,
games.
like they had those 2 fun games that like stuck with us, and now it's kind of back to the old Arizona shit. Like people know how to plan for them,
Last week they
and
scored, didn't they?
I don't think so.
Why would I have picked them this week then?
I don't know. It's windy out here.
It's windy everywhere, Tara. If you think it's windy there, you should
Crazy.
be around here. Holy shit. I was going to work
windy?
on the roof and I went up there for about 7 seconds. I'm like, I'm good. I'll figure something else out.
Mhm.
Any other football stuff today? The Giants Cincinnati game closed out right before we jumped on, and
Yeah.
it was 10-7 for like almost the whole fucking game. It was a real bore fest. And then Cincinnati scored a TD late to make it seem like it was a better game, but it wasn't. I feel like they let them score on purpose, in my opinion,
Yeah.
so they could get the ball back. 47-9, Tara. Cowboys suck.
I
And
know.
nothing I hate more than seeing Stephen A. do his laugh. Like, it's like Stephen A.
Right.
Nobody cares. That's the thing that ESPN puts it up like anyone gives a shit.
Right?
No
It's
one,
like, who
no one
cares?
cares if Stephen A. thinks it's funny that the Cowboys lost.
Right.
Because it all started back when he was with Skip. Skip and him ain't even together anymore.
I know. It's like, who cares?
Who
And people are like,
cares?
oh, it's like his coworkers like, it's so good. I'm like, is it? I'm like, get off the freaking camera.
Get off the freaking
Um,
camera.
The Eagles are bad.
I said that before the season started.
I know.
I said that. I said the Eagles are going to be bad. Did I not?
Yeah.
Tara, can I tell you something about my bold predictions? Couple were looking real good. Eagles,
Not
bad.
mine.
Derrick Henry,
Good.
looking. I said he would probably lead the league in touchdowns and rushing yards. He's probably in the mix for sure. He leads the league in touchdowns. Rushing yards, I don't know where he's at. Close though. And then I had 2 other ones that were really bad. I said that Patrick Mahomes is going to throw like 60 TDs and that ain't happening. And I said Stroud's going to throw like 50. They're both winning games, but
Yeah.
and I said Caleb was going to do pretty dang good too. But that
Well, you also
that
said
one's
he's
starting to
going to
look good.
start dating Jenna Ortega.
That still could happen. He's going to start dating Jenna Ortega. I'm going to start dating Miley. We're going to be going on double dates.
Yeah.
Me and
It's gonna be
Miley,
great.
him and Jay tags.
And I'm going to just still be awkward, like sending messages through our podcast to Zac Efron.
Listen, I don't know what Zach's up to tonight, but Zach, give my sister a call. She's waiting. Is Zach in a relationship?
Who knows? He's a private guy.
He's a private guy. You're right. Like you don't know what Zach's sitch is.
I don't. I
You
don't
guys,
know
if you know
Zach's
Zach
sitch.
Efron's sitch, let us know. We could probably Google it. Hold on.
I mean, we definitely could Google it.
Zac Efron dating. Timeline of his girlfriends.
Zach, you haven't had much luck with the Hollywood gals. Try a podcaster.
He's dated Vanessa Hudgens. You
Knew
knew
that.
Alexandra Daddario, my gal. The hell?
Mhm.
Lily Collins. But who's he dating right now?
I think he's single and ready
He dated
for a cougar.
Michelle Rodriguez at one point, I guess.
Oh, he
dated
she's
a lot of
older.
folk.
He likes older ladies.
But who's he
it
dating
sounds
right
like.
now? Who are you dating right now, Zac Efron? It's not telling me.
See, he's secretive.
Is Zac Efron currently in a relationship? Many years later, he's supposedly single. Is what is the word since in
Oh.
January.
In January.
Yeah,
last
but
year.
hey, good.
Oh, cool.
How old is Zac Efron?
Zac Efron is probably 36.
36 years old.
Look
His
out.
birthday is October 18th. So,
He
can we
just
celebrate Zac
turned-
Efron's birthday
wait,
next
he's-
week?
Yeah.
We'll celebrate Zac Efron's birthday next week. I know we won't be. Technically, it's like Friday, or we could celebrate it right now.
Should we? No.
Because then I can put up a clip on his birthday about us celebrating Zac Efron. Happy birthday, Zac
I look
Efron.
terrible though.
Tara, it doesn't matter how you
How's he
look.
gonna-
You're a
Yeah,
real
no, it
girl.
does.
This is your Hallmark moment. This is your Hallmark moment. Tara, are we going to do Hallmark movies this year?
No.
Should we
They're
do some
gonna be
kickoff middle?
starting
Huh?
soon. They're gonna be starting soon.
Yeah. So let's start. Let's at least do one a week for the next
Okay.
coming up,
Okay.
like a bonus episode called what we've always wanted to do, which is I don't remember what we called it, but it was fun when we tried it. The time we tried it, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I actually think it's a better podcast than this piece of shit.
Don't talk bad about our pod.
Huh?
It's our baby.
So yeah, that's that. Zac Efron. I totally lost track of where we were. We really spun out on this one.
We did.
NFL games. That's enough NFL talk, right? You have anything else from the day other than Coach McCarthy should be fired? Anything else grab your day?
Let me see.
Oh, Harbaugh had a
heart thing.
heart arrhythmia or something
Yeah.
for the second time
Yeah.
before a
He's
game.
like, I'll go talk to my doctor.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's scary.
Is Sirianni going okay, McCarthy's not getting fired, but is Sirianni going to get fired? Did they win?
I mean, they didn't lose.
Oh, that's right.
It
It feels like
won,
they
but
lost, though, doesn't
They
it?
just let them stay in the game the entire time.
It feels like they lost. That's how it felt.
Yeah. Is Doug Peterson going to lose his job?
God, I hope so. NFL.
It's like
NFL scores. Let me see if anyone else should get fired.
the Cons don't know how to run a sports team, and
McCarthy should get fired,
association.
but won't. Peterson should get fired. Probably will. Bears should fire the coach because he ain't it, but
right,
whatever.
but they won't.
Cardinals, Packers are fine. Colts, Titans. Titans should just still have fucking what's his nuts as their coach. Rabel. Patriots, there's no reason to fire their coach. But their rookie looked good today. He had a nice little game. He had some nice throws. Did you see any of that?
I think he had
he threw 3 TDs.
3 TDs, 2 interceptions.
Yeah, but he's his first start ever.
Yeah.
He had more TDs than
It's
some of these
still
other guys.
wild
He
to
had
me
more
that
TDs than the
he's-
other guys their first starts did this year.
Yeah.
And one of them was a money pass.
This class looks good.
And also, actually, we should talk about the Commanders-Ravens game. You didn't cover, but Commanders hung with the Ravens and looked good against them.
And
I told you,
good.
It's exactly kind of what I said happened. They were just a little too much for Jaden Daniels as a rookie.
Yeah.
But he still played good, and they kept it close. He threw 2 TDs to my guy, Scary Terry.
And you're still losing?
Yeah. Because the rest of my team sucks.
The Steelers just aren't good.
No, the
Justin
Steelers,
Fields
but they
is
win,
so
but they keep
weird.
winning.
They do.
They
This
scored
is how I
32
feel about
points today. That's because their defense
This
is
is how I feel
good.
about Justin Fields. He is weird. He's a really good runner. His passing is not the greatest, but it's fine. But he just has weird vibes to me.
Who?
Anytime he's Justin Fields.
I think he's just in a weird place now.
Probably. I mean, he's been in a weird place pretty much from the jump.
Man, it's fucking windy here. Dang. Other than that, there wasn't Seahawks and Niners game was on Thursday, and the Niners looked good in it.
Purdy looked good.
Tomorrow we got Jets Bills with the new head coach coaching the Jets.
Yeah.
Interim coach.
Because Robert Salah got
fired. We talked about that last week, I'm sure.
No, we didn't.
Well, because did he get fired on Monday?
Didn't he?
Yeah, you're right. He was.
Or it was after.
He was fired on Monday morning.
But didn't we record?
Oh,
on
yeah,
Monday
yeah.
last week?
I think
Maybe
we
did talk about it. We probably did.
Pretty sure we talked about it.
We probably did. We probably did.
I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember.
But he did.
Wait, were they Monday Night Football last week? Maybe that's why. Maybe they're on Monday Night Football.
Were they?
No, they were in London. I think they just waited for him to get home. So maybe it was Tuesday they fired him. It was. I don't know. I think we talked about it. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. Let's do our picks.
But he did.
That's enough NFL talk for the week.
I haven't looked this week.
Yeah.
Drew,
Good, because that means we can just both pick from the hip.
I was a busy beaver.
She's a busy beaver. All right, guys.
Giraffe.
It's time for Melon Fights. Underdog pick of the week. Underdog pick of the week, Tara. I am
I don't have
3-3 now after this shitty week. You are now 2-4 after
Bad.
You're close call, but you are 2-4. Tara, what are you thinking as you're looking here at underdog picks of the week? I already see the one I'm going to pick. I think we'll see. It just feels right. I may have got fooled today, but it's what I'm going to go with. But I'll let you pick first. You better have a real hot take about it. Really hot take about it.
Oh man.
Real hot take. Real hot take about it. And you're allowed to pick Monday and Sunday night if you want. But I don't know why you would pick either of those. Actually, what the fuck? I might almost pick the same team again. Just Tampa Bay is getting no respect. Tampa Bay is getting no respect, Tara.
Yeah.
What are they? 4-2? And they put up a lot of points, and they're at home. There's no reason they should give enough 4.5 points at home, Tara.
There's been 2 natural disasters that have ripped up. So they're up Florida. So they're playing for something
They're
different.
playing for something, right?
Yeah.
They're playing for
I
Florida,
think you picked
baby.
yours.
They're playing for Florida.
Florida.
So let's say together for Florida. Together, we're both going to pick. We're going to have a second pick. We're both going to make our own pick. But for Florida, Tampa Bay plus 4.5 because they're built different. Tampa Bay built different. Am I right, Tara?
Yes, they're built different.
So
like I said, they're going through it right now. They're in Tampa Bay.
Yep.
So
and they're going to win one. Think about when the Saints were playing for something like that.
Exactly.
Tampa Bay doing the same. Tampa Bay doing the same. Where I think that might. I don't know if that's going to work for Miami. We'll see.
Well, Miami's they haven't been affected.
I'm sure it wasn't super chill in Miami.
I mean, there was tropical storms, but no hurricanes.
Okay. Well, Tampa Bay plus 4.5. What's your pick? What's your pick? Unless you want that to be your pick. I'm not letting that be your pick. That's the pod pick.
Okay, I got mine.
Okay, what is it?
My pick is the New England Patriots plus 4.5.
That's one I like.
At Jacksonville Jags.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Jags should never. We've talked about this. The Jags should never be favored over anybody ever.
They should never be favored. Plus, we just talked about it earlier. Drake May looked pretty decent.
Yeah, I did.
I did. The Jags suck. They are terrible.
The Jags suck, and the team's going to rally around. They are not good.
They should never be favored ever for any game that ever existed. Mm-hmm. So I think that the Patriots are going to have another win under their belt after next week. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to lock that in.
She's going to lock that in.
I'm going to lock it in.
Tell me more about it.
I just told you
Tell me
everything.
A little more about it. I want more.
Let me go back and look at it.
Look at what?
I got to look at the lines.
You got to see the names?
It gives me feelings where I'm like, okay.
Let's hear it.
I got to look at it and I got to feel it. So even if Doug Peter... Oh, another thing. Wait, where is it?
It's at Jacksonville.
Oh, wait. No, it's not. It's in London.
Oh, it's London. Oh.
This makes me a little nervous now.
No, it shouldn't, Tara. That should make you less nervous. The reason it makes me a little nervous
is because the Jags are there.
Doug Peterson's going to get fired the very next day if he's not fired this week. They should fire him this week so they don't got to take him all the way to London.
But here's the only thing that's causing pause. But I'm still picking it. I'm still riding with the Patriots.
Okay.
They are not going to have any sort of jet lag because they'll be there for an entire week. And the Patriots will not. So that does play into it, but again, the Jags suck.
But that also is why Doug Peterson's going to keep his job for another week because they're like, well, what are we going to do? Figure out a whole new coach situation in London? Right. That's not happening. So we're going to see him for another week, but then he's going to lose and they're going to fire him before they even leave London. That's my take.
Yeah,
Tara, that's a good pick. I like that pick
too. Even though, the Jags are so bad.
Jags are bad.
I don't think they should be anybody except. Maybe the Panthers.
Panthers got a little fighting sometimes.
No.
Sometimes.
They had it for a week.
Listen.
They're not good.
I got my pick right here.
Okay.
Houston Texans plus 3 at the Packers. I'm going to pick against the Packers for the second week in a row.
I liked that one too.
It's at Green Bay, but it just grabbed me when I saw it. And I was like, no. It's Stroud versus Love, the two young guys.
Yep.
Let's see who the better young guy is. Stroud's going to want to show up. He's going to want to show out. I've said that before about guys, but I think that Houston wins that game. They looked really good today. The Packers also looked good today, but I think that the Texans are going to look better next week.
Yeah.
That was really insightful.
And the lady puncher's back, so they've got
the lady
that
puncher's
going
back,
for
and that
'em.
definitely helps
Yeah,
them.
that
It
helps
definitely
them.
helps them. He is better than the guys they had, sadly.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think that Houston, I think that they're just really, I think Houston's good. I think
They are
Houston's good. And they've been up and down when you watch them, but I just feel like Stroud is finding his groove again, and I like Stroud.
Right.
For
He's got
love.
some new people, and
Yeah. So I'm going to take Houston +3. It's just the one that's giving me the feelings. It's just the one that's giving me the feelings.
down. I'm always down for a Packer upset, so.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. So that was it. That was our Melon Fights underdog pick of the week. Actually, I want to hold on. What else about that Houston Texans game, Packer game? Do I want to say? Maybe something, a little soundbite. Talk shit about somebody. I like to talk shit about people. I don't know what to talk shit about, to be honest. I think Houston's feeling. I feel that the vibe of the Houston Texans right now feels right to me. Even though the Packers look good, Texans feel right. Texans feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, any other sports stuff from the weekend that caught your eye? College football was fun again this weekend. I watched a lot of it.
I watched none of it. I worked 10 hours this past week, this Saturday. So I didn't get to see anything. Right in the middle of the day.
It's a long day.
So nothing got watched.
Broken tibia for Hutchinson. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else that we missed this week. NBA's coming. We got to do our NBA preview soon, Tara. NBA season starts. Next week's going to be weird. I got to figure it out because I'm going to be in Nashville on Sunday.
I didn't know that.
I still probably am going to want to record Sunday because I'm going to be traveling on Monday. So we'll figure that out. But the NBA season starts that week. So we might have to do an NBA preview next week, Tara.
NBA starts next week?
No, but it starts the week after. So we record
Holy shit.
We record on the 20th, and the season starts on the 22nd.
That's a long ass season.
Yeah. Yeah. They only take off July, August, September. Like most of June, July, August, September, almost all of October. So.
Oh, yeah. That's
we'll
right.
have to do a little bit of an NBA preview next week. I don't know what we're going to do. We'll figure that out. We'll talk about that off air, but we got to do an NBA preview.
Yeah, you guys get excited. We're talking NBA. We're talking back.
Anything else sports related? Well, anything? What'd you do this week besides work, Tara? Anything good? Anything you got to catch me up on? I did absolutely nothing. When you asked me my wettest moment of the week, there was not one. My driest moment of the week was that I had a really fucking boring ass week. I did nothing. I'm the loneliest little bitch boy. God damn. I gotta find shit to do. I got nothing going on.
I really didn't do anything super fun. I went to a tattoo festival today, which was cool. That was wet. I got to see my tattoo pals, my Morning Star pals.
Is that the name of their place?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
They were doing some tattoos on some people.
Did you get one?
They were looking. No.
Did you think about it?
I did.
Were you going to get it from that? If you got it from someone, would you have gotten it from someone else?
I would have maybe.
Just because you can get it from them anytime.
But my biggest problem was I only saw their art. I hadn't seen tattoos on people's bodies, and I didn't want to go and just start seeing. I was just there for a good time, not for a tattoo. But I think
are tattoos usually cheap at those type of things? Or are they more expensive?
I think they usually charged what they charge. Because there was one lady. There was some people there. One lady was there from Italy.
Where was this?
And it was at the convention center.
How many tattooists did you think were there?
There was a lot.
Oh, yeah.
God.
But there's a lady all the way from Italy there?
All the way from Italy, someone from Madrid.
Nice.
But the lady from Italy did super small, minimalistic tattoos, but very detailed. So they were small, but insane. They were really pretty. But I want to say even for the tiny ones, she was charging $750. I'm
wow.
That's insane. But
guess
it's
if you're
like
coming all the way from
if
Italy.
you're like a known person, you can do that. Because
But then does everyone also have like some like go-to ones where like, hey, this is one you can get really quick if you want it, sort of
Yeah.
thing, like set in stone things.
Well, a lot of that's what it was because I don't think I don't know if that's true. I think for most of the part, it was like a flash tattoo where it was like something from their books that they hadn't done before
Sure.
and
I
did
guess you
it.
probably could have talked someone into doing something if you weren't paid them enough,
Yeah,
sort of thing.
but it
Did they have a
was
good time? Do you think they had a successful
yeah.
time? Were they
I think they
tattooing
had a
all
real
day?
successful time because I don't know how many they did today, but yesterday I think they
Was more.
both did. It was 3 days long.
Oh wow! I always
Really
see the
long
ones for
days.
here. The one that goes on here. I bet that's massive.
Yeah. Oh, I bet so too because it's easy to get there
It
too
takes
by
place at, and
plane.
it's down in McCormick.
Oh God, yeah. I
Pretty
bet
sure.
that's ginormous.
I bet it's huge.
But for my butterfly, Derek was gonna have me like go and see if like we'd win like best
Butterfly.
small traditional healed. But then he had to finish up one of the tattoos that he was doing, so he didn't have me come back. But they have stuff like that where you can take like tattoos of the day, like what's the best tattoo of the day. So
That's fun.
it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
Got
wet.
some free stickers. It was
Wet as
real
hell.
wet.
Anything wet coming up for you? I'm going to Nashville. That's my wet moment coming up. I'm going to Nashville this week.
Well, there's this thing on Thursday. I have Thursday off, and I think I'm going to try to get someone to go with me. It's called Witches Night Out. It's in Mount Horeb.
What's it called?
And Witches Night
I'm
Out.
glad you said that because I want to do our top witches. I was walking around. I want to do our top witches next week. I don't think we've ever done our top witches.
I don't know.
I think we've done our top fights, by the way. I think we've run out of lists to do.
What?
But I want to do our top 5 witches next
We've
week.
done our top fights? God,
Some
we
of these things I know
suck.
I've said before.
We should be taking.
No, because we forget and they're
Notes.
still fun. Nobody cares. Witches next. We definitely never done our top 5 witches. We're gonna do
I
witches
don't
next
know.
week.
I feel like we have.
We might have.
I feel like we have.
We might have, Tara. But we're gonna do our top 5
Okay.
witches next week. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Because I got plans,
They
man.
might have changed.
They easily could have changed.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I wish we had a producer that was like, "This is what you guys did this
hey,
already."
idiots. Yeah. Here's
Who cares, Tara? Only
episode
like
note.
2 people listen,
and they
and they
probably
don't
forgot
care.
too.
They don't give a fuck if we repeat.
Exactly. So it's Witches Night Out.
Yeah.
And you can either dress up as a witch or you can just go and they have shops open later.
Are you dressing up as a witch?
Yeah.
Which witch?
And witchy, I don't know.
Just a witch? Generic
Probably
witch?
We'll see what kind of time I've got.
Okay.
But you dress up and then you just like go from like vendor to vendor and get different drinks and do
Where's
some
this at?
shopping. Mount Horeb.
Where at Mount Horeb?
Downtown Mount Horeb.
Weird. Okay.
So I might do that.
With who?
Or I might do a cookie decorating. I don't know. I have to ask people.
Oh, you just know about it.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, ooh,
that's
that
fun.
could be fun.
I thought it was something maybe someone else was doing. All right, well, there you go. Maybe I'll try to come up with something like that. It's funny. I realize I'm always in Nashville this time around, right around October, where it starts to turn to Halloween. It starts to get chilly. I'm always there. Every time I go down there, that's when it seems to be. I was there like 2 years ago in October. The first time I went down to Nashville by myself to visit Trinity was like this time of year during baseball playoffs during October.
It was cold.
It was cold as shit.
And Trin was like, I hate this. I'm like,
The cold?
buckle up, Buttercup.
Yeah, no shit. No shit, bro. He might decide to stay down there when we go.
Right.
Fuck it. We gotta move. We gotta get moving. I forgot we have a movie and a list. Let's start with the movie
Jesus.
quick. I'm gonna let you go a while. I'm just gonna let you talk about the movie a bunch, just to get through it fast. Obviously, I'll interject a little bit, but I'm not gonna do. Let's try something a little different here, since we got a lot of. So Tara, I had Tara watch Blade. She'd never seen Blade. Actually, I was very surprised by that. I thought she had seen Blade before, but I guess
No.
I guess I always think she's seen a lot of these movies before, but. She got to see Blade, and I told her what it was about, and she kind of was excited about it. Let's see if that held up. Tara, tell us about Blade, starring Wesley Snipes from 1998.
Okay. So Blade is a Marvel movie. And what happens in it is his mom gets bit by a vampire. And as she's dying, she's having contractions, and Blade is in her belly. And then she has Blade, and the mom
I believe they
dies.
C-section him out.
Yeah, they do. And then she dies. And then it kind of goes to current time.
Right.
And how do you want me to do this?
Just you don't and you don't have to break down every scene. It's like I just want you to talk about Blade and what you thought about it. I'm trying to
Okay.
go back to the old ways we used to do it. How
So
do I want
the
you to do
thing,
this? Tell me about Blade,
yeah,
baby. Things you like, things you didn't like, your favorite parts. Tell me
yeah.
all about it.
So the thing that I like the most, the first scene, the setup of the movie after like the quick little when Blade is born,
Yeah.
is the first scene of the movie is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And it sets it off right because you don't know what's going on. If Drew wouldn't have told me that Blade the baby was born, I wouldn't know what was going on. So they go to this underground rave. It's this lady, Tracy Lord, and this
Nice.
guy who is a total dweeb, and they're
Familiar though,
kind of
right?
go.
He's from something. Like he was like a thing in that moment.
Was he?
I don't know, or he just looks like guys from a lot of dudes that were on MTV, maybe.
Yeah. So they go into this rave where the guy is just like kind of having all these emotions because he's like turned on because it's kind of sexy, but then he's also like afraid because he's like, what the hell is going on? And people
Right.
kept hitting him and it was loud and there's just a lot going on. So you could tell he was all kinds of confused. And then all of a sudden, he has a drip of blood on him and he was like, oh my God, what the hell is this? And I was like, oh my gosh, there's dead people like being drained because I knew it was a vampire movie. So I thought when you looked up, there's going to be dead bodies just being drained of their blood. No, there was a sprinkler system. And then all of a sudden, the club was called Bloodbath, and they turn on the sprinklers and a blood starts coming out, and
Mm-hmm.
the vampires start losing their goddamn minds. And this guy starts freaking out because he's just terrified that there's blood all over him. And he's like, who the hell are these people? And then
No,
he
real quick.
realizes they're
Did it seem like he was the only non-vampire in that room?
yeah.
Was she the only one that brought a fucking non-vampire there? I was confused by that when I.
Well, there might have been more people because, like,
But everyone else seemed fucking psyched.
right. But, like, think about some of the people later on in the movie that were non vampires but
Sure.
wanted to be a
But I
vampire,
just mean, like, was
wanted to
she the
get
only one that brought
turned,
someone that they could feed on, possibly? Because a lot of those
potentially.
familiars, they don't feel like they change them very often. Like, they just kind of, they're familiars. They're kind of
Yeah.
loyal to them. But anyway.
So, anyway, like, it seems that they're all going to attack this guy.
Yeah, they start, like,
But,
beating the shit out of him.
yeah, they start, like, kicking him and punching him and beating him up. And then all of a sudden, the lights go up. And who walks in? Blade. And Blade looks fucking awesome. He's in all black. He's kind of like, he's super muscly. He's got sunglasses on, and it's quiet all of a sudden. All the music is off, and people are like, oh my God, it's him. It's him.
It's really funny.
Yeah.
Oh, it's him.
Oh my God, it's him. And then he just starts like killing all the vampires.
He fucks up an entire rave worth of
Club.
vampires.
Yes.
It's like an amazing. It's the reason that I wanted to do fights this week as well. Like, it was perfect for it.
Yeah.
Did you like? So when you're watching that, did you like? It was so ahead of its time. Like, it's been ripped off so much since then.
Yeah.
Like John Wick. When I said it's John Wick, like John Wick just ripped that scene off, basically
Yeah.
for 4 movies. And Blade still did it better,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
He's like Mr. Cool, has some real fun one-liners.
Yeah, and also like
Just
The Matrix ripped it off. Everything ripped it off. This
True
movie,
Blood.
True Blood, obviously, but I just mean like vampire and fighting movies. Like, I'm like, that was all done in Blade before, The Matrix and John Wick
Well, it
movies.
had a lot of really good kind of martial arts to it as well with the fights.
Well, Wesley Snipes is an awesome action actor. Like,
yeah,
have you ever seen Demolition Man?
no. The
Tara,
only
I
thing
just
I've
don't
ever
understand how
seen
you ever seen
Wesley
these movies. I
Snipes.
used to watch
The
them
only
as a
thing
kid
I've
all the
ever
time.
seen Wesley Snipes in is Tu Wong Fu. Okay.
What about it? Well, White Men Can't Jump.
No, I've
You've
never
never
seen
seen.
that movie.
Wait a minute. What is happening right now? You've
I've
never
only
seen
seen
White
him
Men.
in
That's
Blade.
This is
and
only the
Tu Wong Fu.
second Wesley Snipes movie you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Tara, what were you?
What else
What
has
the
he been
fuck
in?
were you watching in the 90s? Like, what were you doing,
I was watching Now and Then a lot.
man?
Let's see.
All these movies. These are all
West
movies. It made sense.
Movie.
Like all these movies we're talking about. I showed them all to Miranda when we dated, which made sense. She hadn't seen any of them. But the fact that you ain't seen them drives me nuts. I can't make you watch a
Right.
Wesley Snipes movie every week.
I'm just gonna
But the
see
ones
what
I just said,
Wesley's
you would
been
like.
in.
You would like The White Men Can't Jump quite a bit. Quite a bit.
Okay, I've never seen it. Let's see here.
Quite a bit.
Um,
And you would also like Demolition Man quite a bit. Tara, Demolition Man is that type of movie that I show you that you always love. That Point Break, that Under Siege, just like the action movies that are just like, this is a great action movie. Great 90s,
computers being
late
super
80s, early
slow,
90s
so it's
action
not-
movie, Demolition Man. We're trying to figure out.
I'm just trying to see what he's been in,
Oh,
and it won't let me.
it's the ones I just mentioned that you need to see. The two I just mentioned. Demolition Man
Yeah,
and White Men Can't
I
Jump.
was just trying to see if there was anything else that I haven't seen him in,
Yeah. Anything?
and for some reason it's not letting me
Don't matter.
see it.
Moving
But
on. Tell me more about Blade.
moving on.
So that first scene in
Okay.
Blade is awesome, right?
Amazing.
Like
Just
I think it might be the record for most kills in one scene.
it's so good.
I don't know how
And
many
when it
vampires he
goes-
kills, but he kills a lot of them. And then it ends with him starting that one guy on fire, which was awesome.
Yes.
But kill him,
And-
right? Kill him.
Kill
Why didn't you
him,
kill him?
Right? Well, it sounds like he just tried to
doesn't-
before, but he's come
Why? He's a
back to
vampire.
life.
He should die just like all the. I don't understand why he's not some special vampire. Just chop his.
No, I feel like they said sometimes they come back to life if you don't kill them the right way.
Well, you got him
Mom's
hanging on the wall. You can
positives.
kill him however the fuck you want.
Exactly. Take a stake to his heart.
He was a little careless, and it's his fault that the doctor gets bit. Continue talking about the movie.
Yes. It is his fault that the doctor gets bit, but it's the best thing that could have happened to Blade. Because he got to learn more about how to attack them and kill them. So the
It's the
next
best thing
scene
that
is,
ever happened to Blade.
I mean,
It's
a
kind of
good
her fault. I mean, it's all of her shit that kind of gives the vampires, like, where they end up finding him and shit, I feel like. And gets Whistler killed.
I mean, Whistler was gonna die anyways
Someday.
someday.
Who knows? He might finally get some health insurance and get his cancer taken care of. I don't know.
Maybe. So the next scene's pretty awesome too. That's another really awesome scene because they go to the hospital because they don't realize that it's a vampire.
We don't
They
got to
think
go scene
it's-
by scene, by the way, but go ahead.
I
Continue.
know, but this part's cool
Yeah, it is.
because they don't realize that it's a vampire and he's still gonna be alive.
Yeah.
And they take him to the hospital.
While they're
which
like
is such
distracting us with an awkward like breakup situation.
It was so weird. I'm like, this is so uncomfortable and bad acting, and I hate it. Because what was the girl in it? She worked with blood. I don't remember.
What was her
She
job?
yeah,
I don't know. She was hot though.
she was a blood doctor,
She was a
but
blood
she gets bit because that vampire comes back to life.
Yep.
They thought he was dead.
Loge.
He comes back to life.
I love
But guess
Donald
who's-
Loge, by the way.
Yeah. But then
Did you
guess
watch
who
the show
comes-
Grounded for Life? When it was like
Yes.
him. Huh?
Yes.
That was a funny show.
He was good in it. Comes back to life, bites two doctors, kills one, well, turns one, and
He might have
then
killed him all the way. I don't
no,
think.
because you see him later.
Do you?
Did you not watch it?
When do you see him later?
in that, like, they throw her down into a cave.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that part. I was half paying attention late because I was doing some shit. And I forgot about that part. I took a shower for a minute. Like, took a shower, forgot to pause it, and when I came out, I'm like, oh, I know what's going on. I don't need to rewind it. I've seen this movie 1,000 times.
And then Blade takes her. So,
And then Blade takes her and saves her.
yes, takes her, saves her because she's gotten bit. So she might become a vampire, and they are trying to make sure she doesn't. But then it's too late.
And you don't know
She's
why
a
he
blood
saves
doctor.
her, really, but you don't. Or you kind of do. They show
What?
you. He has like a flashback of his mom. And she reminds him of his mom. That's why he
Oh
actually
yeah,
takes her.
she definitely reminds him of his mom,
Mhm.
and his mom's a whole nother story.
Yeah, we'll get there.
But it's a really great coincidence that he does that because she's a blood doctor and she's helping him.
Kinda.
Definitely.
Tara.
How did Deacon die?
You know, she also is the reason that he got caught because he had to go try to save her.
They were gonna get him regardless.
I don't know.
They were definitely gonna get him regardless.
No, Whistler's like, don't go. Or did he go more because Whistler got killed and he had to revenge?
Probably.
Anyway. And then after that, they jump to what? Well, then you meet Whistler.
Then you meet Whistler. Whistler's his pal. He's awesome. It's Chris Christopherson.
He's good in it, right?
He's real good in it.
He's good in it.
He basically found Blade when he was 13 all by himself and took him under his wing. And
He's a street
he
kid.
helps, and he helps inject him because Blade has to get injected because he's half vampire.
And he still wants that blood.
And he still wants that sweet, sweet blood because when he was younger, he did that.
That's right.
And he can't forgive himself for doing that. So what does Whistler do? He takes him in under his wing, helps him because he knows about the vampires. They inject him with something that... What are they injecting him with?
We don't know. Some serum.
We don't know. Some serum.
They call it a serum. They don't say what it is.
No, but the problem is he is getting too...
It's not working as well.
The serum. It's not working. He has to do more. It's painful when he does it. So what's going on? How's he going to keep doing this? He's like, whatever. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. We got to save the day. Because guess what? There is... I don't even know, like a vampire apocalypse on the way? Is that what we want to call it?
That's what they're calling it. That's what they call it. That's what Stephen Dorff is trying to cause.
Yes, because...
Did you know who Stephen Dorff was when you finally saw him?
No.
You know who Stephen Dorff is?
What's he been in?
This. He was Stephen Dorff. He was like the next it guy. But he was such a douche that he never fucking bounced off totally.
Oh. Nope. Didn't know him.
And then he was in like early Juul commercials.
He was in Juul
Blue,
commercials?
BLU. Like electronic cigarettes commercials. Like his comeback. He was like, oh my God, it's Stephen Dorff.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I thought you meant Juul Oscar. I'm like, well,
Nope.
It's a good grocery store.
Stephen Dorff was, what else was he in that was big other than Blade? What was Stephen Dorff? He was like kind of becoming a thing. He was in a season of True Detective season 3, and he was good in it, I thought. All right, here we go. Stephen Dorff.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Yeah, it was him and Mahershala Ali.
Yeah.
God, he was in a ton of shit. He's been in tons of shit.
Well, I didn't know who he was.
But nothing like good. He was in like music videos and like little one-off stuff. And then Blade. Man, I don't know if I've seen any of his other shit. He's in Zoolander, I think, as Stephen Dorff, if I had to guess. I think. Yeah, he's uncredited in it.
Well, he was Deacon Frost. And the thing about him is he wasn't born.
You might know him from the Britney Spears
vampire.
Every Time music video.
Oh.
Remember that one?
I do. It's a very terrible one.
Yeah, he's the shitty like boyfriend in it. There you go. Back to what we were talking about.
So he was not a full vampire. He was turned. And here's one thing you gotta know. These half vampires, I don't know what to call them. Turned vampires?
They're not half.
These
They're just full vampires. They're just
yeah.
not full bloods.
These turned.
They weren't born
turned.
vamps.
Right, they were turned. These turned
They
vampires.
kind of remind me of Gen Z a little bit, if you ask me. The vampires that got turned remind me of a little Gen Z, and they don't get it.
Yeah.
They're not willing to put in the time. And
yeah.
like there's been all these things in place, so there's not a war between humans and vampires, and they're not willing to. They want to run the show anyway. They want to take over.
They're like, you know what? We're the best.
Yeah.
This world was made for us.
Yeah.
Like we are the top of the food chain.
Yeah.
But no.
Which I don't understand why he thinks that. Because
he's powerful.
Yes,
he's
but also
sexy.
humans can do whatever they want during the day or night. And fucking vampires
I think he was working on trying to figure out how to travel during the day. That's why he needed Blade.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to be a day walker.
Apparently he can just wear sunscreen and get away with it.
Sunscreen, but then they put on like whole suits.
Right.
But yes, they were definitely putting on sunscreen.
So yeah.
So what you learn is that these vampires that are turned, they have
it's so funny, Tara. When I'm like, hey, we don't have a ton of time, so I'm just gonna let you talk about the movie. I didn't think you were gonna go scene by scene and tell us everything. Tara, Tara, we've been talking about it for 15 minutes already. Well, and we're on the third scene of the movie. We're on the third scene of the movie. What?
No. We'll get going. We'll get moving after
Get
this.
to your scenes. Get to your to talk about it faster and try to fit your categories within the.
Well, I've already talked about some of my categories.
Okay.
So my favorite. Well, I'm gonna do it the way I want to do whatever you're gonna go.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
But get moving.
I'm getting to it.
Jesus.
I'm setting it up because this
is
important. This is important. Because the turned vampires, they don't have that pure vampire in them, so they feel less than, and they feel like that they need to overcompensate, kind of like a Napoleon syndrome of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
And it's turning everything chaotic because all these like purebred vampires are like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, this is not how it works. But they get enough of them, they get a little too rowdy, and they kill one of the vampires. Talk about a gruesome scene. It's basically they put him out in the sun. That's how they kill him.
They get a little too rowdy. They kill them all, Tara. I think.
What?
I think they killed them all. Oh no, they didn't kill them all. You're right. They just kill him because they need them all.
Because
the rest. They need all the rest for the ceremony. We'll call it.
Yes, exactly. So
the rest of the movie is them trying to get Blade.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then there's action happening, and it's very fun. So I already told you about my favorite scene.
Yeah, we'll get to the end scenes and stuff as we get going here.
It's the first scene. It's the best.
That's the best scene?
So good. Yes.
I agree.
It's so awesome.
Well,
let's say this because we'll get to my thing in a second. I just thought about something.
What's that?
No, this is what we'll do. My favorite character, Blade. He's just Mr. Cool. He has fun one-liners.
But can I say this? It's Blade. It is Blade. You're absolutely right.
It's Blade. He's awesome.
But
and sexy.
But yeah, I was gonna say how much you want to fuck Blade?
A lot.
How much you want to get bladed by Blade? How cool is Blade?
He's so cool. And he's just, I love him.
How do you feel about the fact that they've recast Blade as Mahershala Ali? Can he do it? Can he pull it off? Mahershala Ali's a good looking dude, don't get me wrong.
I mean,
should they also put Steven Dorff in it as well as
probably,
the same character?
But he dies.
Anyway, I mean, as just remake.
Sure, why not?
But he's just not going to be as cool or Mahershala's not going to be cool or slick as Wesley.
I don't think so because he's like such a serious actor too, and like
I mean, Wesley takes himself pretty fucking serious.
But he's cool.
But what I was gonna say was
he really was good in it because you could like feel like part of that Marvel stuff too because he like did certain things that kind of made me think of Deadpool a little bit.
well, Tara, this was the first Marvel movie though.
Yeah, it was awesome. I know that's what I'm saying.
But it like
You can
people didn't
tell.
think about Marvel that way then.
Right, but
But it's
now that
but it
you
actually
see
was like
Marvel,
yeah,
Marvel.
Marvel. He's in the most recent. Spoiler alert: he's in the most recent Deadpool as Blade. It was
Is
like
he
a big
still looking
surprise. He
good?
like shows up at this one scene. It was awesome.
Is he still looking good?
He's
Blade-like?
he's still fucking yoked. He looking
What?
older, but he looks like Wesley's. I mean, black don't crack. This get real.
Yeah.
He looked great. He looked gray, but he looked great.
I mean, Gray's
Fucking
just
Yoki.
distinguished.
But what I was gonna say was Blade is the best character, but I don't know if it's ever been closer. Like second, like if Blade in this movie, Whistler is awesome. Whistler's
so
great.
awesome.
Whistler's awesome too. Like when
Whistler
he
is
shows up at the scene when he breaks him out and he has like that
Yeah.
line, that was awesome. I'm like, that dude's fucking cool. Like in that moment, I was like, oh, maybe he's cooler than Blade. But then
And
Blade
then like
rocks.
they're running and they have to go to like where the trains are and he's like,
That
I'm
was a
old,
weird
someone
scene.
get me a wheelchair.
So that scene right there when they fought in that thing with all those glass things, John Wick basically ripped that. Like you know how the two like Asian vampires were beating the shit out of him, and that's how they kind of catch him. You know, in that scene with all the glass and stuff, where there's
Oh,
chase,
yeah.
they show up.
Yeah.
John Wick ripped that scene off completely, like a whole, but it's like 5 times longer because that's how John
Yeah.
Wick does shit. Dark Knight is another thing I was watching. I'm like, man, Dark Knight ripped this movie off so much. Back to what you're saying though. I don't even know what you're saying.
I don't either. I said my favorite character is Blade.
Yeah.
My least favorite character, and you're gonna my least favorite character is Blade's mom.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Like she's terrible.
Yeah,
she
for
lost
sure.
all her humanity, which seems crazy to me.
Yeah, I don't understand
And she
that.
also like
And also,
wanted,
why didn't she think? Why didn't they realize that she's probably still alive, or
right,
still she probably turned into a vampire?
right,
You know what I mean?
right?
Because she was bit by a vampire. Like, why wouldn't that cross their minds at any point that she exists out there somewhere?
Yeah.
Because when I think about it, I'm like, oh, duh, of course she's out
And
there.
then she gets all like sexy with him in the
Yeah,
end
that was
scene
weird.
where he's like, no,
I think I think they say she was only like 16 or something.
His mom.
She was young.
Hmm.
I might have made that up.
But that I was like, ew. But that was when it ended up being his mom. That was kind of crazy.
That was a good scene though, right? You don't know what's
That
going to
was
happen.
good. No, and then he's like, we're one happy family.
Wait, so
Our
who's your
family
actual least
united.
favorite character though?
Her.
Oh, I thought you said I wasn't going to like it.
Oh, I also didn't like Quinn.
Who's Quinn?
The guy from Grounded for Life.
Oh, he sucks.
I thought you liked him.
No, I like
You like
Donald
that guy?
Loge, and I
Okay,
thought he did a
yeah.
good job of playing a fucking piece of shit.
Yes.
Like he was nothing redeemable about
No.
He sucked.
And
Like he thought he was tough.
annoying,
He'd like
thought he was
get his ass kicked,
cool.
and then 2 seconds later act like he was tough.
Yeah.
He sucked.
Hated
Yeah,
him.
it was actually
Hated
pretty
him.
funny character because he's so
Yeah.
shitty. No, I don't
He's
like
so
him.
annoying. Okay. Wasn't sure.
No,
I added a couple.
Good.
I added a couple things.
couple categories.
Best vampire death.
Oh yeah, best vampire.
I
death.
had 2. I had one where it was the first scene and they were in the circle
Mhm.
and then a bunch of vampires came around the
Yeah.
circle and he took out his blade and he just flung it and it went around and he caught it and
Yeah, that
then
was
all of a
sick.
sudden the vampires' heads fall off and they
Yeah, that was sick.
turn into dust.
That was sick as hell.
It was awesome.
That was the only one. Is there another one?
I also like the first time that we see the new serum that or it's not even a serum, it's their own blood, or what was it? It was the serum that they shot into them, and then the heads got really big and exploded.
That was the stuff that she created to kill him.
Yeah,
It was just like something was in it. I don't know what was in it.
yeah, I don't remember either, but it was
Also,
awesome.
she has vampire. I guess we never talked about that. She was going to turn into a vampire, but she was trying to find a cure for it.
And she did.
Well, she's at least holding it off.
No, she found a cure for
Well, that's
herself,
right. Because it would work for her because she was turned.
but not Blade. Well, yeah, not Blade, but then she found a cure for Blade. But
Did
then
she?
Yes, she said that she found a cure for him, but he would lose all his powers, and he was like, "Fuck that! There's still a war out there."
Yeah, there is
So
still a war out there. Blade 2 and Blade Trinity.
yeah,
One's-
best line.
Yeah.
You give Frost a message for me. It's open season for all the suckheads.
There was a lot of good lines, but that one is good
It
because
was
it's
so
so
silly, and then he's just like,
so dumb.
We already talked. My favorite scene was the hospital scene because I thought it was scary but also fun.
Yeah.
Where the vampire comes back to life.
Mm-hmm.
And then the terrace scene, nothing really was very much of a terrace scene, but I will say when Dragonitis, whatever that guy's name was.
Was that the fatty?
No. Oh, God.
I thought that maybe be your scene as just because it was the
Pearl.
hardest to watch. That's a crazy scene.
Yes, I'm going back to that. That was the terrace scene. I hated that.
That was like the
big-
voice and the fat,
the
be
nails.
morbidly is like insane. Like this
And
giant, like I
and
don't
then
know,
like torturing with the
2
light.
cow-sized person. It was huge. Or
yeah.
vampire, I guess.
That's what
They
we'll
tortured
say. I
it.
hated
Tortured
that
it
one.
with
Pearl.
UV
Light.
rays. It was crazy. It was fun though. It was cool, but gross.
The sexiest scene when Blade sucks Karen's blood.
Yeah,
for
right?
strength.
Why is that so sexy?
I don't know.
It is though, right?
was. Yes.
Like she's like, she's like coming.
more.
She's
No,
coming.
more.
She's dying and coming at the same time. And I think that's
Terrible.
how we all prefer it.
I
I think that's how we all prefer it. Yeah, that's a really good scene because the blood, they're showing the
Yeah.
blood drip. This is the end of the movie, guys, by the way.
Yeah.
The blood's coming together to drip on him. It's going to like, we didn't really explain, I didn't let you get to the point where we explain how the apocalypse works, but basically all the real bloods, all the trueborns, I don't know how many there was, they had to like get their blood drained from them, and Blade's blood, they all had to come together and then drip onto Stephen Dorff's character, which I don't know what his name was.
Deacon Frost.
Deacon Frost, that's right. And this was when, and they had like kind of take, Blade was drained, which was crazy how they did it. Like his wrists were like cut.
Mm-hmm.
And then and then the girl, what's her name? Karen?
Karen.
What a Karen. She was a Karen. She was an idiot. When she wouldn't let him kill that cop, she was like, stop hurting this cop that was trying to kill me. That scene was an idiot. She might have been the worst character in the movie.
No.
But yeah, and then they're like, he's sucking that blood out of her because he needs to like refuel. That was sexy. And then how about right afterwards? And then he just fucking bolts out of there. That was awesome scene.
And then his mom was like, "You liked it, didn't you?" And then he kills his mom.
Mm-hmm.
Which is awesome.
And then he
She
kills
needed to
Frost
die.
by kicking all those like things that blow up vampires into him, and he's like exploded. That was a fun scene too.
That was fun.
How many scenes you got left? Clearly the
I just
sexiest
have-
moment. I get that moment. I was sexed. I was horned up.
You were sexed it.
I was sexed up for that scene. I'm trying to think if there's another sexy scene.
There wasn't.
I mean,
I mean,
it's kind of sexy
anytime
the whole way
Blade
through
was
because they're
there.
both very attractive people.
Sure.
Like Blade's attractive, Karen's attractive. Like Karen, I at one point like, man, why didn't Karen have a better career? Because she's hot, but she was such a bad actress.
She wasn't.
That's why.
good.
Because she
wasn't
was
good
hot.
actress. Yeah.
She was built, as the
The
kids say.
hero.
Yeah.
Blade
Obviously,
and Karen.
Karen's a hero
saved the
too.
day.
Yeah. Whistler.
Whistler.
I mean, but the true hero
villain.
is man. Karen might be the real hero
Karen was the hero. Like she
because she
came up with
sacrificed
the
her blood.
serum.
If she doesn't do that,
sacrificed her blood.
it's vampire apocalypse.
She also climbed the fuck out of the cave. Like a
She
badass.
She was kind of a
is
badass.
a badass.
And she's also smart and does science.
Yeah.
Dang, Karen,
Loved her.
good.
Karen was good. Villain, obviously, Deacon Frost. He was
Yeah,
the
but
ringleader.
Okay, it's definitely Deacon Frost, but if you have to think outside the box, Karen at some points.
No.
Just kidding. The villain. No, it's Deacon.
It is Deacon.
I mean, Donald Loge, because he's such a loser.
Yeah,
loser.
loser.
Um,
And then the message: never trust a turned vampire.
yeah,
They
For
try
sure.
to overcompensate. And then I rated it one sweet suck session with Blade.
Dang, you did love that scene.
I
Tara,
did.
okay, let me ask you this. So you liked it, obviously.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun movie.
Like, I feel like you enjoyed it. I think it's one where you weren't like bummed that you had to watch it. It's a fun
No,
movie.
it was
Easy
good.
watch. What'd you end up watching it on?
Prime.
I watched it on YouTube TV. It was free with 3 commercial breaks. Yeah,
Why didn't you tell me about that? I
'Cause
just
you had
spent
already watched it.
$5 on it. Oh,
but that's what I searched it, and it said I just said Blade while I was on YouTube TV, and it popped up, and I was like, oh, I can watch it. But it had like a commercial at the beginning, and then 3 in the middle, and they were all like 10-second commercials. So it wasn't even really like it wasn't bad at all.
I almost watched it in one full setting. I didn't time it well enough, so I had to leave with the last like 4 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That last crazy scene where he like the
Sucked.
sucks.
I'm like, really?
So the
But I
suck-
had to go.
So did the suck fest happen after that, or did
No,
you
it
see it
happened
before you left?
it.
You
I
got
saw
hot
the
and bothered
Suckfest.
before you left the house like that?
Yes.
You got horny before you left the house from Blade.
Mm-hmm.
Where were you headed?
To work.
Oh wow! So you went to work in Fitchburg, hot and bothered.
I was in Broadhead.
Oh, it was the wedding thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So you went to a wedding, horned up from Blade, sucking neck.
Yeah.
Tara, so if you had to remake your vampire list this week, do you think
Blade's
Blade
on
would
it
make your
for
top 5?
sure. Hell yeah.
Where do you think he lands? Ahead of Pam, right?
Definitely ahead of Pam. I would put. Let me go look at my list.
I mean, I know your list. You got a lot of cartoon characters on it.
I would put him. Oh, I would maybe put him at number 2.
Oh wow!
I mean,
Right
recency bias, but
Right behind the Count.
yeah.
So you got Count 1, you got Blade 2 now.
Yeah.
3 was Count Chocula.
David.
Oh, David. So you okay? Who's sexier, Blade or David?
Blade.
Yeah, but David's a bad boy.
David is a bad boy.
You're right, though. I mean, in
But
all
Blade-
reality, Blade's sex. I mean, he's jacked and he's Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good pick. I think that's true. Where did I have him?
I don't know.
4th, I think.
Maybe.
3rd.
Oh my gosh. I have a billion fights written out and I didn't even
Tara,
number 'em.
I got to 7 and I stopped because I didn't want to question myself.
Oh my gosh.
We're an hour 16 in. We got to do this. I didn't know it was going to take you a half hour to get through Blade.
Sorry, not sorry.
No, it's good. I enjoyed it immensely. So, guys, it's going to be a long episode. Sorry. So sorry. Fuck off. The only one who complains about it is Jeannie. And guess what? She's still going to listen. So, whatever. Maybe I just won't read your email this week, Jeannie.
No, we got to.
Oh, she's got it. She earned it. You're right. By listening. All right. So we did our top 7 in honor. What was today's thing, Tara, that we were saying? Was it? Something about fights?
No, it was about. I know what it was. I got it written down.
On what it was that we were doing it for?
It was Kick Butt Day.
Kick Butt Day. Yeah. In honor of Kick Butt Day, we picked our favorite fights. Tara, what is we did our top 7 random number. I don't know why we went with 7, but we did it.
I know.
What's today is also Breast Cancer Awareness Day.
It's a good one to be aware of. That's for dang sure.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. Tara, what is your number 7 fight of all time? Mine are in no order. I got to figure that out.
Oh
as we go.
God. My number 7 fight of all time is the song "Fight for Your Right to Party."
I thought about that.
It's such a good song. You gotta fight, boom, boom, for your right.
To party. What if you say partay? Tara, that's a good one.
Such a good song.
I like that song.
Beastie
I thought
Boys.
about it, but I end up going a little more
Fights on the nose.
on just actual fights.
Yeah.
Actually, I lied. There are 8.
Uh-oh. Do you want to do top 8?
No,
Okay.
no. I just got to pick the order. So my number 7 fight of all time is James Franco, Seth Rogen, and Danny McBride in Pineapple Express. It's just such a. It's my only comic one on here. It's such a funny fight because they're so lame in it, and I feel like that's how a lot of people would end up being in a fight in real life. Like they're just like trying to hit each other with vases and stuff. And they're like, "Ugh," and they're just like running around and chasing each other and just being doofuses. It's a really good scene. You know the scene, right, Tara? I'm talking
I
about
do.
Pineapple Express. So that's my number
Mhm.
7 fight of all time is Danny McBride, James Franco, and Seth Rogen in Pineapple Express. Silly as hell.
All right. I liked that one.
Yeah.
My number 6 fight of all time is just the movie Fight Club.
Oh, just the whole movie Fight Club.
Just the whole movie Fight
like it.
Club. It's a freaking great
Nice.
movie. Twists, turns, lots of good fighting, and
Lights
it's
the good
just like
fighting.
crazy the way that these people get the shit beat out of them, and it's
Mhm,
because they're in a freaking fight club. How crazy is that?
It's a fun movie.
It's a very fun movie.
It's a fun movie. Does it hold up? I don't know. I haven't seen it in a while.
I haven't either, but I think it might.
I think some people take the wrong
Brad
message
Pitt
from
looks
it.
so hot in it.
Brad Pitt is
It's like
very hot in it.
insane.
That was like the ideal man, peak body.
Oof.
And it still is, in my opinion. But nowadays, a lot of these young guys think they want to be these big beef boys. First of all, not everyone is built to be a beef like me. Okay, Tara? Not everyone is supposed to be a thug. A
A
thug.
thug.
Not everyone is supposed to be a fucking pure beef sandwich, okay? Some people are meant to be lean and mean. Some of these guys are getting too big for their body type. Brad figured it out. Brad knew what he was supposed to be. And he does look
And
good.
he
in it.
looked impeccable.
He did look. I mean, every guy in 2000 whatever year that was, 99 maybe. I don't remember what year that came out. Doesn't matter. Wanted to look like Brad Pitt in that movie. Like, oh man, how do I look like that?
All right.
Though I could be, if I got in a fight with Brad Pitt, I could beat him up. Even if he was built, especially if he's built like that. Not a very big guy. My number 6 fight of all time is the 2003 ALCS Game 3 Yankees versus Red Sox. It's when the Yankees got in a fight with the Red Sox and Don Zimmer came running out. Don Zimmer, old man, and Pedro Martinez just grabbed him by the head and threw him to the ground. Fucking funniest thing I've ever seen. I was drinking with a bunch of buddies in lacrosse while we watched that. We were laughing our asses off. And at the time, I think we all, lucky enough, we did have DVR at that point already in 2003. So we rewound it and watched it 500 times, I think, laughing our asses off as just drunk college age kids. I wasn't in college, but I was with college age boys. That sounded weird. I was the same age. They were my friends.
Yes.
But we watched it so many times, and then that ended up breaking the curse. The Red Sox go on to win the World Series that year, right? I believe so. So yeah,
just
that's my
took an
number
old
6
man
fight of all
getting
time. That's a good
thrown.
fight, right?
It was a good fight.
Many sports fights, that's my favorite and most memorable. You're up.
My number 5 is from the movie Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh.
It's with the Black Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that one?
I do, Tara.
It's
do
real
indeed.
funny. I didn't know if you knew it.
Tara,
I don't know if you knew that movie.
fucking planet you living on where you know a movie like that more than I.
Don't know.
First of all, I'm actually very surprised you've even seen that movie.
I loved that movie.
We grew up on that movie, I feel like.
The
It used to be on Comedy
guy-
Central all the time. Like daily, I feel like. You remember that? If you turned on Comedy Central, just be on. It'd be that or South Park.
They took the coconuts, Patty did, and was the horse. So
Mhm.
good. But in the Black Knight fight he's having the worst knife or sword fight with him. It's hilarious just how bad the sword fight is. And then he cuts his arm off and he's like, oh, this is just a flesh wound. And he just keeps cutting off body parts. And it's so funny.
It's good.
It's
It's
so
a good one.
funny.
It's a good poll by you. It's a good poll by
Thank
you.
you.
I'm actually pretty happy that that's what you went with.
It's so good.
My number, I lied. I have one more comedy fight on here. My number 5 fight of all time is Jim Carrey fighting himself Not only in
my
one movie,
God,
but two
Drew.
movies. Liar, Liar, and also when he fights himself in Me, Myself, and Irene. Jim Carrey, I'm just saying Jim Carrey fight himself because he's so good at it. He's so
I
funny.
wish I thought of that because that's so good.
The Liar,
So
Liar
good.
one and the Me, Myself, and Irene one are
Yes.
amazing. His physical comedy. I didn't bring it
Oh
up when we
my
were talking about Fight
gosh.
Club because Edward Norton fights himself in Fight Club, and that's a really good scene. But
Mm-hmm.
Jim Carrey did it first. Jim Carrey did it
And
first,
so good at
and then he
it.
did it after because he did it first in Liar, Liar, and I believe Me, Myself, and Irene was probably after Fight Club. But he's so good in both of them.
What are you doing? I'm kicking my
Kicking my
ass.
ass. And then in did I say something about Mary? Me, Myself, and Irene. Was I saying something
Yeah.
about Mary?
No, you said. I think you said Me, Myself, and Irene.
Yeah, and Me, Myself, and Irene. He fights himself multiple when he like fights himself and like throws himself out of a moving car.
Yeah.
And then has to run back to the car to drive. God, that's such a terrible. When's the last time you watched that movie?
It's
I wonder
been
if
a
it's
long
good.
ass time. I liked it back in the day.
It's good. Go ahead.
All right. My number 4 fight of all time is Happy Gilmore versus Bob Barker.
Good one. Good one that I missed. But again, I just named the first 7 that came to my head. Go ahead. Tell me
Yeah.
about this one.
It is one of those scenes that is just so good. Like everything around it is so good because they're doing their celebrity match and it's Bob and Happy together. And then Shooter has this guy that just keeps messing with Happy and he's losing his goddamn mind and he takes it out on Bob Barker.
Yep.
And then Bob just kicks Happy's ass. And it has the 2 lines, the price is wrong, bitch. And then is that what it is? The price
says-
is wrong.
He goes,
Bitch.
I believe you've had enough.
Bitch.
He says the price is wrong.
That Happy
Bitch.
says
And
it.
yeah. And I said, I believe you've had enough. And then he goes, bitch.
Bitch. Yeah. So funny.
So
and it's
good.
just wild. Like it's just such a fun choreographed fight
Yeah, it's really funny.
with Bob Barker.
Yep. The fact that Bob Barker is really funny.
Yes.
My number 4, I'm on 4, right?
Yeah.
My number 4, man, is 1998's Undertaker versus Mankind Hell in a Cell.
Oh gosh.
You know this one, Tara? Where he throws
No.
Undertaker throws Mankind off the top of the Hell in the Cell through a table, the announcer's table, and we were losing our goddamn minds. We hadn't seen
Sounds
nothing
great.
like it before. We thought he was dead. When they
That's
take
awesome.
him, they go to take him off, right? Do you know this? Have you ever seen this, Tara?
No.
Okay, it's Mankind versus Undertaker. At this time, we all think that they're like, we're pretty young, everyone, but they're like they're trying to sell them as like people from another like dimension, based. Like
Sure.
the Undertaker's the dead man, and Mankind is like this, like basically like weird freak.
With
And-
Sacco.
Yeah, no, he ain't. No, this is pre-Sacco, Tara.
Pre-Sacco.
Sacco was like a joke thing. Later. This is when they like. So he throws him off. Hell in a Cell. Do you know what Hell in a Cell is? It's a cage match where there's a cage matches. Originally, you had to climb out of the cage to win.
Right.
Hell in a Cell, they put a top on it, and you just beat the shit out of each other. But somehow they end up on top of the cage at one point, and he throws him off, and then they start taking they act like he's hurt, and they put him on a gurney, and they start taking him to the back, right? And then he like fights his way up. He gets up. He's like, I got to go back, and he runs back to the cage, and he meets him at top of he climbs up they both climb up to the top of the cage again, and people are losing their minds. And then Undertaker like does grabs him and throws him through the cage, and he falls through the cage, breaks. This supposedly was not supposed to happen. The cage breaks. He falls through onto the mat. There's a steel chair there, and he like flops, and he looks like he fucking dies. It's the craziest thing ever, where they go down, and he's like, if the Taker was, that was not planned apparently.
Right.
When you watch it doesn't look planned. It looks very dangerous. And he goes down, and they end up fighting the whole match after that. I think they make it short because he is hurt, but he had bit through his thing, and he's like, he could put his tongue, like one of his teeth, I think, fell out, and he could put his tongue through his lip. It was nuts. And that was like how the legend of for people that didn't follow Mick Foley in his through which is a really great book you should read, Tara, is the Mick Foley book, Have a Nice Day. It's amazing. I think you would really like it. It's really funny. Since you like wrestling, I think you'd really enjoy it.
I love it.
But it was kind of how his legend was created, even though he'd done a bunch of that stuff on the indies. But that, like,
Yeah.
in WWE, you're like, whoa, what the fuck is this? So that's my number 4. Hell in a Cell.
I love that a lot. Okay. My number 3 is where'd it go?
I could have picked a million wrestling matches, but that one just stuck out to me the most as like the most memorable thing.
So this one is the Mountain versus
The Viper
Oberyn.
versus the Red Viper. Wait, Mountain versus who?
Oberyn?
Yeah, they call him. His nickname's the Red Viper. Yeah.
The Red Viper. Oh my God.
That was my 8th in my only honorable mention I had.
It's one of those fights that I like will think about, or like scenes that I'll think about and just be like, I was not expecting that. That was insane.
And like such a bummer too.
And it's such a bummer because like he was about to beat the Mountain and he hated the Mountain because the Mountain raped his sisters and he was about to like kill him and win and he got too fucking cocky.
I mean, basically had killed him.
Yes, because regardless he was going to kill him because he had poisoned the
Blade.
But then he didn't finish him off and then the Mountain took him and gouged his fucking eyeballs out.
Well, no, he crushed his skull into the ground too.
Yes, gouged his eyeballs by and it was just like the most.
Yeah, and that was the episode in the show where we all fell in love with Pedro Pascal.
Yes, 100%.
He was awesome in that, and it's such a bummer that they killed him.
I know. I was like, he's gone. That island was so sexy. Was it called
Dorne?
Mm.
Yeah, everyone was hot.
The Dorne people were hot.
Like, I think they were his sisters. Hot. The 3 sisters. Hot.
Yeah.
One of them takes her top off in jail, and it's hot. They use poison a lot because the reason she does that is because she poisoned the guy. She wanted to make his heart beat, so he try to get him to die. So
didn't they poison one of Cersei's daughters too?
They poisoned. Yeah. They send her back.
Yes.
Like they're trading her back, but they poisoned her before. Yes. And that's kind of what's kept everything going.
Yes.
Yeah, they're poisoners. They like to poison people. I have 3 more to go. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with in Kill Bill when the bride fights the crazy 88s. It's on that level with it kind of takes the blade scene we talked about in that opening sequence where he fights a million of them and kills a million. She does that without them all like turning into like ash. There's just blood everywhere. So yeah, the crazy 88 scene in Kill Bill when the bride just fucks them all up. That scene's when that happens, like, this is insane. I love that scene. It's like, it's the reason I love Kill Bill was that scene. I mean, there was other stuff in there I like, but that's so good.
I know there were so many good ones from that.
From Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of options from both Kill Bill movies, to be quite honest.
Mm-hmm.
But that, to me, that's the one that stands out as just the most impressive, I would say. And just so much happens in it. It's long and cool.
I don't know.
Top 2, Tara.
Top 2. What am I going to pick? Okay. My number 2 is The Matrix.
Ooh, which one?
Where Neo is first Agent Smith. The first one. I've only seen that one.
I meant which fight?
Neo versus Agent Smith. It's like the last one.
Yeah.
And it's just... It's crazy because it like has martial arts. And I don't like guns. There's a little bit of gun work in it, but not a ton. And then it has like the sci-fi aspect of it too.
Right.
And it's just has so much build to it. And it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
And Keanu is amazing.
It's great into a movie.
Yes.
It's great into a movie. And it's when he becomes the one.
Yes.
Like, he's like, oh, he can see everything. He's like, whoa. It's pretty good.
It's pretty great.
It wouldn't make my list. I just don't think the action was good enough in it. But like, as far as a point in a movie goes, the meaning of it, it really is good.
Oh,
like, it's important.
So good.
Like, it's important. I think there's some better fight scenes
The
in
action
other
is so good.
Matrix movies, but you haven't
I've
seen
never
them.
seen any others.
But that scene is really classic and good. I would agree with that. I like it. My number 2 fight of all time. This isn't my favorite Rocky movie. I'm an OG Rocky guy. I like the original Rocky the best. However, the best fight, just because it's fun to watch, is Rocky versus Ivan Drago. Like Rocky 4. That fight is so much. It's just so Russia. They're in Russia. There's so many stakes involved, and they're just fucking pounding each other. And it's so fucking, and they're both so jacked, and they're just fucking beating the shit, just face punch after face punch. They both would be dead. They both would be dead for sure, both of them. But that's a really fun fight. You ever seen that one?
I don't think so.
That's wild. There's been so many this week.
I don't think so. I mean, no, not at all.
There's so many the week that I've said that I am freaking out that you haven't seen. That I need you to watch at some point. Well, there you go. That's a good one to watch because, like, the fact that you're not even getting excited about it because it's amazing.
I know.
I'd say just watch the fight, but it won't have the same effect. You need to see the build. You got to watch Rocky 4, Tara. Rocky 4 is like a must.
I know.
Give me your first fight. I'm disappointed that you've never, like, when I said that I was expecting excitement and joy. Instead, I got the deadest fake. Tara, you know what you need to start doing? Fucking fake like you saw it, and then you won't hear me go, oh, you got to watch that now.
Okay.
Just go like, yeah,
that's
big boys, big fighting,
Russia,
big muscles,
USA. Nothing better than a Russia USA fight, huh?
I'm not a lie. I guess last week when you said Pam, I wasn't that excited, but it's because it was still the worst. Can I tell you something? Tara, nobody got past the first like 2 seconds of the vampire clip because the second it said Pam, people are like, who the fuck's Pam? Click off. Also, people are dumb. That's a fucking awesome clip. That clip is awesome. It's so funny.
It's so funny. My number 1 fight of all time.
Yeah. Are we about to have 14 different fights?
Yeah, we are.
Because you don't think I picked this one?
No.
It's
in John Wick 3.
Okay.
And it's where they're in like the room with all the knives.
That's amazing.
They start
why are you acting like that's
Well, I just don't think that you would have that one.
No, the funny thing is, Tara, that's my favorite John Wick fight scene in the whole series.
And it's just oh, sorry. And I love John Wick. I think we know this. And that knife scene is just, they're just breaking into it, throwing more, and they're throwing them so freaking hard. And I love it. It's so good. And
that's like the first like 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
He fights Boban with books.
Yep.
And then he fights those guys with knives that are just everywhere in this like weird fucking, like, I don't even know what that place is.
I feel like I want to have a John Wick like night.
Have you seen the 4th one yet?
Who's in it?
Who's in it? John Wick. You would know if you've seen it.
Is Halle Berry in it?
No, that's 3.
Okay. No.
Wait.
I haven't seen the 4th one then.
Yeah, the fourth one is when he fights on stairs and it takes about a half hour.
No.
It's amazing, Tara. It's not. There's a point where you're like, what the fuck am I watching? I still like 3 the best.
Keanu
myself,
because I freaking love Keanu Reeves.
Tara, that's a good pick. Your number 1 pick. My number 1 pick, my number 1 fight of all time is the final fight in Bloodsport between Chong Li and Frank Dukes.
Good.
I mean, Tara, I think that's the quintessential fight.
It's good.
I mean, they're fighting. He's huge. Then he gets the fucking the dust
huge.
In his eyes, and he's got to fight him blind. It's fucking amazing. It's amazing.
It's good.
There's a bunch that we didn't name. There was more stuff like that, like tournament fighting movies and things like that.
Yeah.
But I tried to keep my shit I didn't want a bunch of like that or a bunch of boxing or a bunch of real life shit. But that one right there, it was my number 1 and never was not going to be my number 1.
I think if Trent listens to this, he's going to be real bummed that Karate Kid isn't on it or Apollo Creed, probably Rocky 1.
I can't lie. There's a lot of things we missed.
Oh,
Like
we
I
missed a
said, there's
ton.
probably ones I would put
There's
higher on this
probably
list, but I couldn't think. I didn't want to sit here and didn't want to think too long about the fight. Like
if
if
we
we
had
had,
fans, people would be like losing their minds. They'd
well,
be like, "You
good,
guys
because
are
then
stupid."
maybe we get a goddamn email or two about the fights people like. Because like you're right, Karate Kid.
Uh-huh.
What about when Marty fights fucking Biff?
Oh,
That's really good.
it's really
Here, there's a
good.
million fights that we didn't say. There's a
So
million
many
real
good
life fights. There's
fights.
real boxing matches we didn't actually mention.
What
There's
about
like
the They Live sunglass fight? That's
thought
freaking
about it,
hilarious.
thought about it.
The Barry fight, the whole
The
like
whole episode
episode
where
of
it's
season
against
5,
where he fights the guy that's a karate master, and then his
and then his
daughter. He
daughter, and
chases his
then his
daughter around for like
and
the
then
rest of
his
this episode.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that fight is amazing. Like
yep.
the opening fight sequence. Oh,
The Montoya fight with Wesley from
oh yeah, great
so
fight.
good.
Great fight. I mean, think about how many action movies are. The fight with John McClane and I think his name's Kyle. He fights the the big dude with the blonde hair, and like they're fighting. He's getting his ass kicked, and he ends up choking him with the chain and basically hanging him.
Ugh.
So good. Kyle? That's not his name. I can't think of his name.
One of my honorable mentions was Karate Schnitzel from Tenacious D.
Oh, yeah.
Because he ate a schnitzel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good fight.
It's a good fight.
With karate, I'll kick your ass.
Your ass.
From
I
here
even
to
had,
right over
Blade's
there.
opening scene is honorable mention. It was awesome. I felt weird putting it on there when I
What?
just saw it yesterday.
Oh, the
Blade
Blade
opening scene. It was so good.
Dude, Blade's awesome. And there's a million fights we're not getting, but these are just the
I
ones
mean,
that speak
Kill
to
Bill
me.
fights, like
I mean, we
the
didn't
one
mention
with
any
Vivica A.
superhero fights
Fox.
or anything like that.
Yeah, not really.
I mean, Dark Knight.
Anything with Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse.
Roadhouse? Yeah, Tara.
I mean,
These
the
didn't even make our
sexiest
list.
fighter
and
that ever
They didn't
existed.
even make our
He's
list.
the sexiest fighter that ever existed.
He rips a throat out at the end of that movie.
Yeah.
And that didn't make our list.
No.
And that's not that we're saying. This is just the ones that my brain wanted. So I went with
Mine
them.
too.
Emails.
Emails
I think we have one from the lady.
from the lady.
So next week, we're gonna do. If you guys want to email us, please. Melon Fights, MELLON Fights @gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram, Melon Fights Podcast, TikTok, Melon Fights Podcast, all that jazz. Now, next week we're doing a list of our top 5 witches, what we think we may have done. Sorry, I can't remember it. Should we do something else for next week? Since we're gonna do a little NBA talk, but we won't do too much. Just some fun, bold predictions, a little NFL. But I think we should do one more thing since we don't have a movie for next week. And I'm not going to make you watch a movie again this week. Let me read this email, though. Look at the holidays while I do this.
Huh.
See if anything grabs you. Otherwise, we'll think of something. Maybe just a witch list.
Yeah,
Halloween's coming up, too.
it is.
I forgot what I was doing. Melon Fights. Jeannie emailed us. What?
Ooh.
Hello, Melon Fights. Enjoyed last week's pod. I did quite a bit of smiling and laughing. Way to own your underdog pick of the week, Tara. I love Drew's vampire chatter and the way he rocked the voice and teeth, smiled throughout. This must be her list of fights because it just goes straight to number 7. It says The Champ, which is a boxing movie that I've never seen, actually. Karate Kid, Daniel San's final fight with Johnny.
It is
Good pick.
good.
Anything Roadhouse, Patrick Swayze flick, of course. She's saying anything Roadhouse, Patrick Swayze, not the new one. Rocky Original Heavyweight Championship. Listen, she's not wrong. It's a great match.
No.
The gladiator fights in the Coliseum, those are awesome.
those
The
are
Rock
good.
versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, I actually never saw it, but how could it not be the best? They did fight at a WrestleMania and it was good. Oh, this is a good one. Ralphie's fight with Scott Farkas in the Christmas Story.
Oh, wow.
That's a very good one. That's a
Dang,
very
that's
good one. That actually have the whole list is the one that, like all those other ones, kind of popped into my head, but that one, dang. Please post your scared video. Forgot the actual name. Makes me laugh so hard. What do you mean post? Just look it up. It exists. There's nowhere to post it. What are we talking about? Love you. Have a Tuesday. Anything for next week, Tara?
No, there's nothing good.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Wait,
What's
wasn't
the
something
date?
next week?
20th? The 20th?
Yeah, what was it?
World Osteoporosis Day?
No, there was something that I mentioned. Something was on the 20th, and we were going to talk about.
Miss America, National Writing Day, National Youth Confidence Day, Sunday School Teacher Appreciation.
What was it?
World Toy Camera Day, World Statistics Day.
No. What the fuck was something on the 20th next week, Tara? I was like, oh, we should talk. Oh, we were going to celebrate something. Oh, Zac Efron's birthday.
Oh, that's right.
So maybe we should do our top 3 Zac
Reasons
Efron
we
moments.
love Zac Efron.
Yeah, this is our top 3 Zac Efron moments. Or wait, we're supposed to be talking about Zac Efron. We got to put up a clip for Zac Efron for this week so you can we love you, Zac Efron. I got nothing.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's breast cancer awareness. It's also National Herpes Awareness Day. Anything we want to say about that?
No, just
Pastor Appreciation Day. Shout out to Pastor Pat.
Pastor Pat. He was a good guy. Pastor Hilmer.
Pastor Helmer. I don't know if he's a good guy or not.
Mom loved
Seemed like
him.
it wasn't bad. International Chef Day.
I'm not a foodie.
Day. I like good food.
Oh, I didn't tell you what my driest moment was.
Oh yeah, tell me quick and then we'll get out of here.
My driest moment was you're looking real good, and I'm like, I need to do the Drew Mellon stuff. So I bought.
Oh yeah. I knew this was gonna be a dry moment.
Why? Did you talk to Dad?
Oh, I think we're gonna think of something else. Never mind.
Then you'll tell me. I bought an exercise bike.
Oh.
But I don't have anything delivered here just because it's apartment, and I just.
Why don't you just take their bike that they don't use?
Because I can't fold it up and throw it in a corner.
Oh, you're getting one like mine.
Yeah. So I bought a bike, and Dad shamed me for it.
Why?
Because he's like, oh, another thing that you're not going to use.
Oh, that's rude. He shouldn't do that. That's negative and that's negative talk. And Dad, don't do. Dad, if you're listening, I don't know if you are. Don't do that. It's not helpful. I learned that. I've done that before in my past, and Mom used to talk about things you do, and now I don't do that. I'm like, you're going to do it. I just know none of them use the bike there. That's why I've thought about taking it.
You should just take it. I don't think anyone would care.
But I'm the same way where I don't have anywhere to put it.
Right. That's the thing. I'm like.
Otherwise, it'd be in my apartment already. Dad, don't talk like that. Just use it, Terry. You're going to use it. Use it all the time. It's great.
Because I'm going to just put it right in my living room. And
you just watch TV and do it.
Instead
it's
of
great.
sitting down and watching TV, I'm going to sit on the bike and pedal.
Yeah, there you go. I thought you were going to talk about how you bought the ice cream maker thing and how healthy ice cream, protein ice cream tastes like shit.
Yeah.
No shit. It tastes like shit.
Well, here's the thing. That is a potential a dry moment. But the problem is I made it wrong. I needed to add a scoop of protein into it to give it more flavor. And that's why it's watery. So I will keep you posted to see if it tastes any better.
Right. I got new sweetener.
Oh, what is it?
I told you.
Did you?
I texted you. It's called Aculos or something like that. And I tasted it, and it tastes like sugar.
Oh.
It can kill me, but probably. I don't even know I don't know I got. Oh, you can make it's to sweeten things like that, like your ice cream thing. But I don't.
Well,
I'm not gonna make
I'll keep you posted on.
All right. Well,
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unthaw what I've already made and dump it out because I won't eat it. It tastes like gross.
Tara.
Okay. Hey, Drew. It is long. Stay dry. Stay dry.
Have a Tuesday.
Have a Tuesday.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Melon Fights.
Melon Fights. That was so flat.